Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Capricorn. If Capricorn is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right. And so we have the Nine of Wands tonight, and this has everything to do with swiftness. Oh no, maybe it's 8. Sorry, 8. The 8. All right. So let's take a look and see what these tea leaves have to do. Or what is going on in these tea leaves. Let's see what they have to do with this card. I love the card, the swiftness card, the rainbowy stuff, right? I like the idea of the electricity and the ecstatic nature and kind of flowing through the spectrum of all things. And so let's see. I'm looking at this woodpecker immediately. Also the worm right next to it. So immediately I know you've been working hard, diligently, trying to get something done, and you are just about to reach your outcome. That is the worm that you've been looking for. Now, I don't know that woodpeckers actually look for worms in the wood, maybe grubs, these kinds of things. But in this case, yeah, we do have a worm. So definitely finding that sustenance, that success, that thing that has been driving you to, really kind of dedicate yourself to whatever your work is, whatever your mission is. Okay. So that is a beautiful thing to start out with. Oh, look at that. We have another one right here. Another hummingbird, or not a woodpecker. How interesting. So it is. I almost wonder now, are you going into, are you starting something new, right? You're coming to the end of one project or one, job or whatever it is. And now you're going to be starting the next one. And it feels like, yeah, this is a big deal. We also have O and H. Okay, O and H, maybe a name. We have the female symbol as well here. And it's a person kind of carrying the bird in the H over there. So I feel like it's like getting set up for this next thing. Starting to gather the materials you need. Making a plan. Okay, and I feel like you're excited about this. Also some anxiety. Okay. Now we have people up here on this hill or whatever that is. It looks like a hill. We also have a person here who is eating a fish right in their hand, a whole fish. So the fish always to me means abundance, right? Resources. Okay, so we also have the lobster. Oh, look at this. When we turn this and the H is right here, it's I, and then there's a heart right up there, and then a U right there. I love you. Okay, so let's turn this back. I feel like this person, right, next job, next work that you will be doing, it's with somebody that maybe your spouse, maybe somebody you are dating, somebody you love, maybe a family member, but there's a sense of being in an environment where you are working together. Right? And I feel like this isn't, most of the time people say, don't ever start a business with your spouse. Don't ever, work with your family. And yeah, it's hard. It is hard. It's not easy. It is not it's not as simple as it might sound. As you know, my husband and I, we have a business together, and we also both run channels here. And we collaborate I work on his channel and he works on mine. And shout out to my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. His name is Paul. It's not easy, I mean, we're lucky because we really do get along a lot, but the scheduling and the headache of things and trying to, jump through hoops constantly, problem solving, being up at like 2 a.m, trying to figure out like some technical thing or whatever, we are who we rely on. And so when you're in business with somebody or you are working on a project with somebody who you're related to, you have to rely on each other, and hopefully it's somebody who does what they say they're going to do and kind of pulls their weight and all of that. I do feel like this is a good fit for you. I think this is somebody in your life they bring the same energy you do. You both absolutely take it very seriously. Okay. And that's a big thing for a Capricorn. You need people around you who take things seriously when you are in that work mode. And having this family member or this, spouse or whoever it is, maybe it's your kid, whoever, having them around, it makes it all the more sweet, right? Now we go up here and we're having those people up on the hill. They almost look like they're like, they have their hands in the air, they're pointing, they're hollering. And down here we also have a dog who's kind of on a hill. I almost feel like it's like the universe. I feel like it's the universe kind of like trying to get your attention. Like, pay attention. Look, there it is. Something that I think it's an opportunity because we also have a person here eating the fish. So I feel like it is a sense of like, yeah, you have this big opportunity coming up. Now you need to like be focused, right? You need to like also be aware and perceptive and know this is the thing that's here for you. Now make sure that you put your all into it, right? Because you're going to be eating good if you do. Right? You're going to be making that money, making that shmoney and having, some good luck. Definitely some good luck. Now, we also have that dog up there. So I do feel like there is this real sense of camaraderie, of having, a deep kinship, something that really promotes this sense of loyalty and devotion to one another. Again, I think it's all wrapped up into this person who you're working with, who that you work well with. And so all in all, exciting times for Capricorn. Okay, so now we have a turtle. Okay. And we have that lobster. So the lobster often is a sign of some melancholy. Protecting self. Okay. Definitely has that lunar influence. Emotionality shifting. The ebb and flow of things. So I do feel like there's a time here where you're going to have to kind of take it easy a little bit. Go slow, right? Still do the work, but make sure that you're not burning yourself out. Because that's the thing. Capricorn, when you go too quickly, when you do not kind of take your time and pay attention to the details and do the thing, you are very prone to feeling frantic, chaotic, overwhelmed, angry, sad, feeling like you've lost control of the thing. And so a reminder to settle down, take a breath, go slow, right? Everything is going to be done in its right time. And you're going to get it done one way or another, but do not do things too quickly. Do not wear yourself out. Don't procrastinate and wait till the last couple days and then you got to get everything done super fast, and don't do that. Okay. Do it over time. Do it with ease as much as you can, right? We do have that frowny face. What is going on with that? So we have, it looks like JR, maybe Junior up here. Junior. We have a person running, holding a stick or a snake or something. We have a dog right here, and we have a person behind. Oops, we have a person behind the dog. So I kind of do feel like there is a little bit of discord, right? There's a little bit of trouble. I feel like this nonsense though. I feel like it's kind of like somebody who is either part of the family or part of your life, causing drama, posturing. This is somebody who feels like a jealous person. Somebody who, they talk a lot, they got a lot to say, nitpicky, whatever. But they're not really doing much themselves, right? It's like, have you ever been really decent or good at something, and then you're at a family thing or something, and you're talking to somebody's wife or husband, somebody married in, or even maybe a family member, who knows? They have very little knowledge of whatever you do or whatever you're good at or whatever it is, right? But then they feel like they can just give you advice. And when you don't take it, or when you kind of, okay, thank you, or whatever, it's like their feelings are hurt. They get all twisted up about it. But it's like, in the first place, why are you talking about stuff you don't know about? When obviously this person knows a lot about it, right? And I think that's just kind of I'm not saying that's exactly what happened here, but that's the energy. Let me paint a picture of the kind of person we're talking about. And, or the kind of person, they see something and say, oh, I could have done that. Well, why didn't you? Why didn't you? If you could do it, then why don't you do it? And so I feel like there's a sense of just kind of trying to escape that whole energy, that whole scenario of trying to navigate that kind of behavior, that kind of person. Somebody like that is temperamental, right? Somebody like that is just going to, it's just bringing in storms into your life that you don't need. And absolutely don't blame you for just kind of walking away from that, or running away from that. And the dog there, I think it is just kind of this barking, all of it, barking, loud, just, stirring things up, causing problems, making stress for people, making everybody upset, getting on the phone to your mom, getting her all upset, all of that type of stuff. Don't need it, don't want it, goodbye. No. Okay, let's see. So we have a flower down here, right? Okay, so we have kind of the, all right, flower in bloom. Person standing on a goat over here, balancing, it looks like. So I do feel like, yeah, obviously we're reading for you, my goat friend, my sea goat friend, Capricorn. And I feel like there's a sense of, really kind of activating those Capricorn attributes and flourishing in that activation. Allowing yourself to really get into that place that is instinctual to you and performing so well, not going against your instincts. And, I think that it's taken time to kind of rid yourself of some of the conditioning that maybe had you tempering some of your abilities and skills as a Capricorn. But when you get into a place where you can do things the way that you like to do them, the ways that come naturally to you, you are a natural master. You're a very smart and clever person. You don't perform well doing it in the ways that people, kind of prescribe to you. Like, this is how we, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. Well, for me, it's like cooking, right? Following recipes. Unless it's something like baking, I don't really follow. I look them over, I look at the ingredients, I figure out how can I do this in a way that makes sense to how I cook. But you have to develop an understanding of the techniques to some degree and how you like to work and your tools in your kitchen and everything else. You know that better than anybody else. But I think this is kind of the same. You're good at, what's the word? Oh my gosh. Like making it up as you go along. What is that called? It's that kind of comedy I don't really watch. What is that called? I can't think of the name of it. I've edited it from my mind. Because I don't watch it. Like, there was that show, what was it called? Whose Turn Is It Anyways? Oh my gosh. I have to look it up. It's going to drive me nuts. I know you'll tell me in the comments, please do. It is. What kind of... Improv. That's what it's called. I didn't see it on the thing. I remembered. It came to me. Okay. Yes. Improv. Right? You're good at improvising. You're good at just knowing how to do stuff. Figuring it out. So, we also have... What was the other thing that we had? Now I'm looking and I can't see it. I got off. Oh, the flower. Right? So the flower is, you in bloom, right? You're in your power place. You are flourishing, blooming, all of this. Absolutely. Okay. Now we're going to go over here. Oh, we have a giraffe right off the bat. You can see it. Giraffe. Let me see. So we're going to go with giraffe and an H. There's an H beneath it. So the giraffe is, I think of it as someone with higher thinking, of higher perspective, not bogged down by dogmatic thinking, open to some degree of cognitive dissonance, opposing ideas, not somebody who has to belong, right? Like, you know, maybe like you're not somebody who, what is that called? Toes the party line or whatever. You're not with your political affiliations. You're somebody who thinks about issue by issue. How do you feel about these things? Not pressured to align yourself with any institute or school of thinking or, you know, whatever it is, right? You are somebody who takes what makes sense to you and uses that, right? Puts that into your kind of, you know, composite understanding of the world. You are not somebody who just kind of takes things for what they are, to some degree, right? But not if somebody's telling you this is what it is and this is what we believe and so on. Not going to happen for a Capricorn. So I do think that, you know, that this is one of your like most powerful qualities is that you consider things, you take things into consideration and do with that what you will, right? Also, you know, though I feel you are a humanist and a loyal being to others, you are not trapped in this kind of tribal thinking. You, I think, are somebody who pretty accepting of most people, not going to, you know, dismiss somebody because they're not aligned with your own beliefs or belonging to your own, you know, identifying groups or anything like that. And so, you know, that's important too, because I think a lot of people strive to get to that point, but don't, right? We all kind of have our things that we're like, you know, I don't like that, you know, or whatever it is. Like for me, I love metal music, right? I love grind, I love thrash, I love death metal, you know, technical and weird stuff, dungeon synth, whatever, you know. I will not listen to black metal. You can't make me. Not gonna happen. Or like folk black metal, any of that stuff. No. And it's limiting. You know, this is kind of a silly example, but yeah. You know, I'm missing out on a lot of bands and probably a lot of good stuff. I don't care. I'm not listening to it. I'm not. So, you know, I think that you are somebody who has a lot more opportunity because you are not narrow-minded. You're not in a fixed state, okay? Excuse me again. We have the Wild Offering Oracle cards. I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to flip through. I'm going to stop where it feels right and we'll read it together. Okay. And it says, oh, love. It's not about finding love. You are love itself. Help me, Lord, to send so much compassion and caring to the inner child that I always remember I myself am love. I myself am love. All right. Well, Capricorn, I thank you so much for spending this time with me. And I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I thank you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I'd love to hear from you. Now that we're at the end of the reading, I can kind of just chit chat for a second. I'm so interested in what people are doing this next season. what is going on? What plans do you have? And then in the northern hemisphere, we're going into summer. Now, my daughter's out of school, so I'm like fully already in summer mode. But, you know, we're not technically there yet. I'm interested in what do you guys like to do? What do you do with your kids? Or if your kids are grown, what did you used to do? What are your goals to accomplish this next few months? Mine are basically just gardening, being outside, you know, having the opportunity to maybe read a little bit. I want to go to a couple of different festivals. I'm thinking about trying to get over to a jazz festival here next month, in a few weeks actually. Going to a polka festival in July sometime. And I'd really one of my big goals this year, I want to learn how to make this. It's a sour cream. Is it sour cream? Yeah, sour cream. Yeah, that's right. There's this little a little kind of outpost here. It's at a campsite. It's kind of a little diner place. And they have all of these pies. They're known for their pies. People travel down from all over the place for their pies. And they have this sour cream raisin pie that is so good. Paul, shout out to my husband again. He's the best. Go check him out at Dove and Serpentero. Anyways, for my birthday, I think maybe like 3 years ago, he tried to make it for me. And he's a good cook. He doesn't get to cook as much as he used to. Like when we met, we were both like always fighting for the kitchen because we both love to cook. And anyways, he tried to make it. It didn't really work out. We ate it anyways. It tasted good. It didn't set up really the way it was supposed to. So that's my big goal, is I want to figure out how to make that pie because it is splendid. And so yeah, let me know. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, what are you doing for winter? What are your big winter plans? I want to hear about it. Yeah. So anyways, other than that, I love you, Capricorn. Take care of yourself. We're going to talk in a few days. Good night.